That said, I'm gonna hit this button. We're gonna start it off. Let's do the thing. This game has some feels. Oh no. What will I do about feelings? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Annapurna tends to do that kind of thing as a publisher. I don't know who the developer is for this game. But, given the kinds of things that Annapurna Interactive have published, like, that makes a fair amount of sense. I don't think I can interact with anything. I think I'm just sitting here. Oh, right-click zooms in. Good news. I have flowers? What am I going to do with my flowers? I have a journal.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you. And I'm sorry about that.
Not that
I'm just
sorry.
going to start at the beginning with the house.
That's a house? Who would live in a place like that? Are you kidding me? That somebody has made some architectural disasters. Where am I?
My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up.
Yeah, a house like that, I'll entirely believe it. There's so much house in that house, it's completely unreasonable. Milton Finch. I still need to make that cheer for you, Senna. 2003. Age 11. That sucks. Like the house just swallowed him up. These Finches.
Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it.
Huh, no kidding. People have very much been through this chain link fence. So who locked this? Wait, where's the lock on this chain? Can you even see a lock? It's just one piece of chain. It goes all the way around the door as one solid piece of chain. This was never intended to be opened. Also, I don't think you can do that. Fascinating. What a world we suddenly live in. Okay. Onwards to the house, I guess. It was welded shut in secret. Yeah, right? That's a pretty heavy-duty chain to just weld into place. On the gates.
Until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Inside half the rooms? Yeah, a house like that. That's definitely not a house you just let people wander around in. It's glowing. That means it's relevant. It means I can interact with it. I have a hand.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
I'm going to guess they were not opened immediately. Or in any urgent way. What about the newspapers? Cannot play with the newspapers. Orcas Island Gazette. Wow, that is a small town newspaper. No trespassing.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Am I trespassing? Am I a trespasser? Is this my house? Like... Hang on, I gotta go look at the house again. Just look at that disaster. It looks like a manifold garden structure. Alright, well, push forward. Push the letters out of the way. That's so dope. And the letters are just like lying on the ground though? I like this game. I like this aesthetic. I like what this game is doing. The mailbox is the house. Did I notice that? It does look like a house like that might be structured. It's not... This concoction here is somehow less precarious than the thing I am looking at over there. But, yeah, okay. I don't appear to have a run button, which is unfortunate. Not an exact model, yeah, right? Nice river. Man, this is some grounds. Like, we're just straight up in the middle of Yellowstone.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
Not the front door.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Huh. The Finches. I wonder which way is which. Is this home? Or is this home? The house is off over there. This looks like it goes to the house,
I
maybe.
wouldn't have driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Hoof prints? Yeah, alright. I'm getting like a real Addams Family vibe from this game, actually. I want to go the other way. I want to go the incredibly overgrown, clearly only a walking path, and even then only if you're brave. Just look at this forest. Look at this untouched wilderness. Who lives out here? How does anyone live out here? Somebody else missing? Or is that the boy, Milton, again? Milton is still missing. It's probably still Milton. Oh. Well, we may have eventually wanted to tell people about Milton, but I guess no one is being told about Milton. Why do I have a ring? Whoa! That's the pull thing for the zipper on my jacket. Never mind. Never mind. Milton is very missing. No kidding. And not much information made it out. It sounds like this is... like somebody was supposed to put these flyers up around town or something, and all the flyers ended up in the crick. Not only is Milton very missing, somebody I didn't seem to care that much about Milton.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
That's right. That sounds
but now
completely
I had questions
correct.
about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
All right. Absolutely. Oh, I'm hearing music. It sounds like I took the correct path. Accidentally. I accidentally the right direction. Well, whatever.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent.
Achievement
as if they're
unlocked.
about to say something, but never do.
All roads. I took both paths. All roads lead to the house, apparently. I started down the one path. And then bailed. Hey, look, it's a friendly wheelbarrow. Who just abandons a wheelbarrow? Not intending to mirror the game there, but you did it anyway. Good job. Parallel thoughts, I guess. Milton Finch still missing? It, yeah, absolutely was the obvious thing to say. Okay, I see how that works. Wow, so many flyers. Yo! Moradin Smith! Surprising. Thank you! Thank you for the, Thank you for the 10 months of support. Welcome back to the adventuring party. Glad to have you around. God, look at this monstrosity. Like, if you consider only the lower half of this house, I have been to houses that looked like this. Maybe not quite this remote, given the wilderness, but Yo, Darkstar, thank you as well for the 37 months of continued support. Much appreciated. Dropping that Prime sub here. Lots of places you could drop a Prime sub. And I'm glad you decided to do it here. Over 3 years? Yeah, y'all have been around for a while.
The house was exactly like I remembered it. The way I'd been dreaming about it.
Ooh. The way I'd been dreaming about it. Edith Finch, what has taken you over? What have you been thinking about? Abandoned patio furniture. Look at this poor chair. The chair actually in remarkably good repair, given its clear disarray. Can I open the trash? Can I go rooting through what is presumably my trash? Last year was kinda a freebie. Fair enough. 3 of those chairs on your patio. Yeah, it's the archetypal patio chair.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
But now can I put it into words?
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were.
There you go.
I was afraid of the house.
Okay, yeah, I'm here for that. Absolutely. Afraid of the house. Yep. Waste Management Orcas Island. More patio chairs. Only these are better contained, appropriately placed, not knocked over. What's in here? It's a statue. Who's out there? Can we go across the... Hup! I don't have jumps. I have no jumps. I cannot jump. There's a pet door. Okay. That's probably legitimate. Like, from here, everything looks normal. Like, weird place for a house. Weird construction for a place in which people live. But, like, all the trappings of it are, like, a house. This is a normal house in which, presumably, normal people lived. Like, everything looks...
I heard something moving around in the garage.
I guess we're abandoning that sentence. What's in the garage? Do I wanna... I'm gonna try this door. Is this door safe? It's probably a raccoon. Oh, I guess we're not getting in through any real doors.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
That's fair. So where's that raccoon? Look at this! With the tennis ball hanging from the ceiling! Like, this is so homey for a place that is... that something has clearly gone wrong. Alright, so where's that raccoon? Open door, huh?
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Ah, and is still off, apparently. The tennis ball thing is something you haven't seen any other people do? I've seen something like it in a decent enough number of houses that I know what it is, that I know what it's for, that it feels familiar. Look at this thing. Look at this garage. Like, absolutely, this is a garage. Oh, that's kind of neat. Like, with the designs on it, somebody actually doing woodworking here. Not just, like, a duffer's set of tools, but tools that saw use. Alright, in we go.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
All right, let's play Count the Empty Bottles of Wine. Empty? Full. Full and unopened. I see 4. That's a 2012 Pinot Noir. When is this game taking place? I'm now 17. Apple pie recipe. That is a lot of canned tuna, presumably? Canned something. Does it say? It just has a picture of a fish. I don't know what fish that is.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Dawn, that's me. Edith, that's me. Grandma Edie. Lewis. Sure. More full, untouched bottles of wine. Can't interact with the whistling stove. Whistling of the vent. Man, can you imagine living with that? I would go insane.
What?
It's a mighty toaster. Did I miss something? I saw the microwave, and I saw the stove. I have not seen anything that could... Wow, never mind. Oh, Jesus. This is the, like, Nintendo multi-tap of toasters. Tasting Thailand. The Book of Mushrooms. Yeah. Hell of a device.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Memories. Made of Meat. Wok and Tempura. All cookbooks. This is a lot of books for a kitchen. I guess they can all be cookbooks and that's fine. But that's a lot of cookbooks. Look at all of this wine! Whose habit was this supporting?
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
From the night
It was like a
we
bomb
left.
had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Huh. What if there's going to be other pictures with people I can recognize? So is that supposed to be Edith or Dawn? Wonder if that's like mom and dad as kids. A pie for Piper. There's still more cookbooks! Still more uniquely titled cookbooks! Oh my god. Not uniquely titled. Okay, so there is some repetition. This is the same stack as that. Alright, we are still playing a video game. Yeah, the takeout packages are probably super grody by now. Hey look, it's the garage. They're doing their best, for sure, for sure. I respect it. It's just a lot. It's so a lot. Almost
My mom
unreasonable.
was the only one of us who could imagine Great Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Huh. Even some noodles left over. Oh god, yeah, this probably smells awful. It's a good thing I'm not playing in smell-o-vision.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
There's entirely too much house in this house. Can I take the TV home with me? Seems like a waste to just leave it here. Oh yeah, there's that statue again. Can we get out to the backyard? I want to go look at the statue. Not through here.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house after it sank.
Ooh. After it sank. Sank. Is that a thing that usually happens to houses? Do houses usually sink? That's not the end of life I was expecting for most houses. And that's just, you know, part of their family history. Sometimes houses sink, and you recover their bricks and build a fireplace out of them. First house sank into the swamp. Second house also sank. Yep. Barbara.
Great-grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara.
Sven.
Along with the rest of the house.
Huh. Sure. Barbara Finch. Which one is Barbara? Barbara. 1944 to 1960. That's not a lot of years on that girl. Great Grandpa Sven. I like the repetition. I appreciate all of the Monty Python going on in the chat. Thank you. Yeah, Edith has already outlived her. Somebody's an entomologist, which is different from an etymologist, just in case people ask. The spirit among us. Sounds sus to me. What the hell is this door? Oh! This is... Is that like... caulk? Like ceiling paste or whatever around the edge? And then this thing... There was another one of these. This same thing on the workbench. Looks like glue? Sure. The Pacific Pantry. More cookbooks? Wow.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Mm-hmm. Like this viscous soup of packing peanuts? Not touching that.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
He just disappeared into the house one day, huh? Oh, it's a Finch. I get it. I get it. Heraldry. It's a lamp. Some amount of packing going on here. Oh, it's all the mail for people. Did Edith get mail? At November 2010. All right, that's when the house was abandoned. The house was abandoned November 2010. Where was the place where I saw a date? I saw a date that was 2012 somewhere. And I don't remember where I saw it. What did I see that had a date on it? Wine vintage. Yeah. One of the wine vintages was 2012. Somebody's been here. 2012 Pinot Noir. Somebody has been here and left their wine. 2012 would have been 5 years ago, though. This is taking place in 2017. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing this again. And then this is apparently what I have the key to. But we can also go upstairs. This is very intense, this door. When you left? I mean, presumably this is when we left, 2010, which would have been 7 years earlier. Yeah. Yes, accurate.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
All the bedrooms. Sealed up all the bedrooms. Sealed up all the bedrooms. People don't get to be in bedrooms. 1937 to 1947? Molly was alive for 10 years. Jeez. There's some, Boy, people sure died early in this house. What's
I
the
spent
water
a lot
theme?
of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
Great Uncle Walter's room.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Is this where this key goes? Apparently. Why do I have this
Turns
key?
out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
What the hell? Where does this go? Hang on, hang on, hang on. Okay, yeah, that just opens up on the side there. Seal it up after they die, leave it as was, right? The Finches at the bottom of the ocean. The house at the bottom of the ocean. I guess this is after the house sank. Great Uncle Walter's room. All right, what's in here?
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Heh. Apparently not so much. Whose bear was this? House number 1, right? Whose art was this? Man, people have been here.
But I had no idea what was behind that door.
This is Molly's room, right? This is just a secret passageway into Molly's room that was sealed
I
up?
had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Yeah.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Huh. So Milton went missing at 2003, age 11. Edith would have been 4. So many of these rooms Edith may actually have never been inside of.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Because all of this would have happened when she was 4 years old. So maybe she was inside of them and didn't remember? Or this is literally the first time she's setting foot in some of these rooms. Eat the paintings. That seems unlikely. But I'll keep it under advisement. So what kind of girl was Molly? Molly's doing starfish autopsies over here. December 1947. Oh. Ha. Yep. I don't know where this door leads. Orcas Island calves. Sure. Oh, those ants are definitely not alive anymore. It's true. I'm pretty limited in what the things that I want to eat.
Time here.
Edie.
Before my mom sealed the doors.
Which would have been, again, Edie. Grandma Edie. Great-Grandpa Sven building a house for Barbara. Grandma Edie? Great-Grandma Edie? Why don't we have dates for Sven? Pacific Ocean depth chart. Where is house number 1 on this chart? I don't see house number 1 anywhere. This chart is incomplete. Book or drawer? Let's go with drawer first.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
What? Gerbil. Okay. Yeah, that's, all of this is Gerbil House. Damn. That gerbil's living like a king. Alright, what's in the journal?
December 13th, 1947.
Oh no.
Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner.
Really?
I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
So this is Molly, presumably right at the end, December 1947. That's now. Eat the fish? I mean, the starfish is right here, ready to be eaten. I'm sure it's very tasty. Hi, fish. I thought
I
about
eating Christopher, but I held back.
Oh, Christopher. So close to your doom, Christopher. If only you knew. If only you knew how close you had come. Gerbil? Are we eating the gerbil?
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Better than nothing, I guess. But what about this door? Bathroom. Toothpaste? Am I eating the toothpaste? How good is toothpaste?
Eating and eating.
Delicious toothpaste. I kept eating and eating.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Those are plastic. That's not a food that you just ate. I mean, not like the toothpaste was a food. I ate a lot of things that night. Birds. Can't eat the birds.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Can we go out here, though?
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
If they're real, I think holly berries are poisonous. Oh no. I'm locked into my room.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
Chain on the window.
And suddenly, I was a cat.
Meow? I can click to jump. Suddenly, I was a cat. Ah. The wiggles. I can just envision the tail twitch. Get it?
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Ah, damn it! This bird is really good at running away. How do we get up there?
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
They're busy doing their own thing. Suddenly, I was a cat. I don't think I can jump that high. A cat with a collar, no less. Yeah, it turns out now I have a jump button. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. It's gonna work. Oh, so close.
I jumped and I almost got her.
Wow.
I could tell she was getting really tired.
Was she? I'm not getting tired. I'm Super Cat.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
And I'm still so hungry. It's time to eat some Mises. Whoa, I can swoop!
Rabbits.
Go get it! Damn!
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Just like snake swallowing the rabbit whole as an owl.
A mama rabbit.
Where? Rabbit? You're mine now, little rabbit.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
In the tree? What? Wow, this is... Flop. I have a flop button now. This is great. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're flopping. It's a good thing there's no fall damage as a shark. Whee!
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now,
Of course, tree shark, yeah,
hungrier
naturally.
than ever.
Now I was hungrier than ever. I have charge. I have left, right, up, down, and
I
charge.
wanted fat, juicy seals.
Where did that seal go? You're not going to escape me, little seal. You might have escaped me. Curses. Foiled again. Oh, there it is. I can see its trail. That's cool. Thrash. Excuse me? There we go.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Wow. I don't think I've ever seen a game that's like...
Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Yeah, no kidding. This is a lot. I'm still a shark? Oh. I'm tentacles. I don't know what I am, but I've got tentacles. Holy crap. Did I know 10-year-olds were evil?
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
smelled people everywhere. There's that bird again! Oh, I'm gonna eat some people. Where are the people? Can I eat them?
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Should I be able to do this? Yeah, this kid is incredible. This kid is serious business. You're mine, buddy. This is incredibly creepy. I don't even know what to do with this.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, we smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
This is all in the journal. This is all in the journal. All of this.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
What is happening?
I got closer and closer.
Oh, I've become the monster that's going to eat me. This is the window I jumped out of when I was a cat. I don't have like a tentacle going behind me. Wait. There is an order of things. There are things that have to happen. Can we eat Christopher? Doesn't look like we can get on top of the dresser. Okay. Next step. Can we eat Gerbil? I don't remember the gerbil's name. Gerbil, can you be eaten? This is looking like no. Alright. Well then, let's eat Molly. All my stomachs.
All my stomachs started growling.
That's a lot of stomachs.
And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything.
And I wrote all of this.
To fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
What the ever-loving
Sure if I
fuck
believed
just
all of
happened?
that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
This is the story of how Molly died? I'm not going to be around much longer, she says. And we both know I'm going to be delicious. Huh? Cat noise. Was that Molly? Is Molly still around? Is Molly still a cat? Is there anything under the
I
bed?
can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
Under the bed? Waiting to eat me? Why does she have a squid monster stuffy? This is very creepy. Kinda understand why the mom sealed the doors. Yeah, right? It's the cat. Bye, Molly. Can I get out here? Oh, I can. Is this safe?
This will be
This doesn't
obvious
feel
later,
safe.
but my mom never told me any of these stories.
No, I wouldn't
Edie would
imagine
have,
so.
But Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Like, you'd think that the family history has some sort of explanation for why Molly died. What happened to her? But I guess you just never get told that? And the only explanation I've now been given is Molly's explanation for why Molly's dead? Which, wow, that's something.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
Huh. What is making noises out here? Zerpy. 92 to 95. Derpy. None of these are alive. But instead we have shrines to pets gone past. Lurpy. I'm sensing a naming convention here. Purply. Is that just from the wind? It's probably just from the wind. This one doesn't have a name. Bob. Burpee. Wait, wasn't there another Bob? There were multiple Bobs. How many Bobs can one family support? I think you're right. Is this Perpy? Furpy? Furpy. Derpy Jr. Oh, playing with the naming convention. I see. Shrine sketches. Oh, this is mega creepy. This is their parents' room? This is how their parents just lived? That's Rob? I like it better when they're both Bob, actually.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
In the way that one does, I suppose. Great-Grandma Edie's room. Oh, okay. Oh, Molly's mom would have been Edie. Edie and Sven. Great-Grandma Edie. Yeah, sure.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
That sounds about right. I guess given the choice, that is how I would explain that as well. Edie won't go. 72-year-old woman refuses to evacuate because of a little forest fire. Oh! And now we have an explanation for... Wait, what year is this? This has to have been a similar case of people need to evacuate the house, but no. Built 1937. Sven.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Huh.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Edith Jr.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
And of course, Edie has the article framed. Wow, what a character, Edie. Molly Concepts. I guess sketches. Barbara Concepts. What happened to Barbara? Maybe we'll find out. And this whole side of the room here is just a shrine to Sven. The walker with the tennis balls on the bottom.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Edie in the middle. Mama on the left. Mama Dawn. Dawn would be mom. And that would be me. Edith. Edith Jr., I suppose.
Her room was like a museum.
Odin. Who's
For
Odin?
500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And misfortune.
Okay. Real news from around the world.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse. His wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Wife Ingeborg. Newborn son, Johan, nowhere to be seen on the Finch family tree.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
And his house. No wonder the house sank. Okay. House on a boat. Not houseboat. House on a boat. Absolutely results in house sinking. No question.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Yeah, there it goes.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Where Sven just builds this whole house, huh?
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Mm-hmm. Built entirely by hand. How do I leave?
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Whatever is wrong with this family. Sure. Joining the great majority. Odin Finch was a novelist, huh? Molly, 1943.
Great-grandma had always been the family's biggest fan.
Yeah. Yeah. Calvin and Sam, I guess, are twins? That's me. That's my hand. When I was 5 years old. Are all of them aged 5? This is Milton at 3. Wow, tiny Milton hand. Gus at 2. Calvin and Sam. Both born 1950. Barbara? This is 5-year-old Barbara. Giant meaty hand compared to 2-year-old hands. Wacko spiritualist? Sure. Sven and Edie, and of course this room also completely sealed up. Fascinating. My God, what a world. But, hang on. When did the rooms get sealed? The rooms got sealed when Milton disappeared. Where was Edie sleeping? Wouldn't Edie have needed her, I don't know, oxygen tank? A doily in progress for poor Lewis. Oh, starting a shrine for Lewis. Yeah, when Lewis died. Okay. So Edie was definitely still in here, despite the door being sealed up. I guess there was a roundabout way in. Nope, this door also sealed. Oh, this mirror doesn't even work. Busted. Are those cables connecting outside? I don't know where these cables are connecting. Into the wall, I guess. It's just the sewing machine plugged in across the way, I guess. That's what that looks like. Nice frog.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
The pink bathroom.
It was a pretty big trace.
It was a pretty pink bathroom. Oh, this key just works everywhere, huh? What a great key. There's a Secret in This Bathroom by Sven and Edie Finch.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Wow.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
This is Sam's darkroom, huh? So is this how Edie was getting in and out of her room? Are you kidding me? 90-year-old Edie crawling in and out through this, like, tiny space in order to... Ah, well, that tells us whose the wine is for. You grew up in darkrooms like that? Nice. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. Calvin Finch. This is Sam's. Ooh, Sam and Calvin were twins, right? So yeah, Sam is going to care a lot about Calvin. That makes sense. Milton was here. And where have we come out? In somebody else's bedroom! What the hell is with this house? This is Sam and Calvin's bedroom. How was Edie getting back into her room? How was Edie getting back into her room? With the Calvin side of the room just walled off. That's how they handled this. Calvin died September 1961.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
Walled off. And Sam just stayed in this room? Sam continued living in this room? With, like, half of the room dedicated to his dead brother? Oh. Where's Hobbs? I don't know if it's that kind of Calvin. Oof. I can't imagine living like this. This seems, I mean, obviously it's crazy, but this is crazy. Just like every night. Good night, dead brother. Ah.
And that he never talked about him.
But he lived with him. I guess we're going into the command center. Look at those hinges. Oh my god, it's not even real books. It's books just painted on. Wow, 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 wow. Alright, we still gotta go into the command center, though.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
And this is the shrine to Calvin. Yep, oh my god. As Edie continues to outlive kids and build shrines to them.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
Oh, he's gonna loop-de-loop on the swing.
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up.
This is the only
then
legit
maybe
death story
he'd still be
here.
But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Why cliff facing, like, the swing facing the cliff like that? Like, there's no way.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's
This
story felt strangely familiar.
whole fucking
When I was
family.
younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
But I lived through the experience, huh? You hate swings? Why? Swings are fun. I mean, as long as you don't loop-de-loop and then fly off a cliff. They're fun. Could have missed that whole thing if I'd not gone to the command center. Yep.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
That doesn't surprise me at all. I would want to get the hell out of a room like this. Edie roped off that half of the room. All right, well, away we go.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
There's still all this wine around here. These 7 years. For 7 years. 83-year-old Edie was using these passages to get into her room. Don't rush through stuff so fast, that's fair. This is locked from the inside. Fascinating. Milton was here. This is Barbara's room now.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Barbara. Oh my god. Incredible. Yeah, this room is all sealed up also. So, oh no, okay. The wine cabinet is how Edie was getting in, apparently. Happy birthday, Barbara.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Did Barbara die on her birthday? Barb Street. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The life of an idol. Dreadful Stories, starring Barbara Finch. Before I do this, where do we think the exit is? Where is the next unlock? The next hidden passageway? Under the desk, maybe? Through the drawers? Through the cabinet? Through here? Does this open up? Might be the thing I opened. This is how I got in. This is how I got in. So it might be that there is no next passageway, and the next passageway is just back out into the regular house.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
Jesus.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box.
In the music
The secret
box?
is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Wow. What a
She
story.
reached for the music box.
I have to do it. I have to do it.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
How nice of Rick to put the key back. And the Halloween music. Nice.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
bloody handprints? Are you kidding me? Ooh, now we got action. Yeah. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever comes. I'm ready for a monster. Blood. Are you kidding me? No way. No way. Unless that's like Sven's blood. There's nothing in here. Oh, there's a table saw. Okay.
Man killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
10 years ago tonight. Okay, okay. This is okay. This isn't Rick. This is Sven. This is Sven. All right, a reasonable explanation for the blood. How weirdly reasonable. All right, yeah, I'm absolutely ready for this. Nobody's gonna escape my wrath. Wildly different mechanics in each of the chapters. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Fridge rattled and grew still.
Excuse me? Rick, why are you in the fridge?
Oh dear!
Oh dear!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick.
Oh dear!
Furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
Threw him out. But she kept a little something to remember him by.
The crutch.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Walter's already dead. Oh, alright, we still got the crutch. That's good. That's good. Come on, I just want to knock the clock off of the... I guess not, okay. Still in the thing, not in the music box. This door is not sealed off right now. The cartoonish rendering of the house, yeah. It's very comic book, it's great. Walter, what did you do?
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Walter's room, yeah. Well, I know there's another way out of here. I've been there.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Into Molly's room. Long dead Molly at this point. Long dead Molly at this point? Barbara, 1960. Yep, 13 years later.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
It was Rick? It was Rick.
Moving, but she sensed the story might had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Okay. Not in the hanging thing. Windows aren't open.
At the door was dying to speak to young Barbara.
Dying, huh? Yeah, right? Rick is in a world of hurt at this point.
At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh, it's the horror movie convention fans. Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream.
Oh dear.
Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara,
Under the bed is not a good place to
inside the
hide.
music box
That's where
was
Molly
all
lives.
they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
That's the note you end on? Oh, I hate it. Fired.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Huh. Wow, these stories. With the crutch in hand for her final painting. This is how Edie wants to remember Barbara. Why is there wind noises here? The windows? That doesn't seem right. Man, what a house.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Huh. My friend
Whenever
Bigfoot.
people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
The famous one, I suppose. Still cookbooks. Everywhere cookbooks. Ah, and look at this. Yep, repaired from where Barbara knocked someone over.
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
All those times. So I can't go back in there now. This is sealed off. So that took me all the way around into Molly's room. Through here to Sven and Edie's. Gregory? We didn't see a Gregory. But then around to Calvin and Sam's. Wait a minute. Did we miss a Gregory? And then this would have
I
been...
wonder if that comic
Barb's
was right
room.
about there being a key inside the music box near the basement.
I mean,
Edie's father,
it would have to
Odin,
be.
built the original house.
Edie's father, Odin. The first house, yes.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Locked the third floor stairs. You built a horizontal door to block off a floor of the house? Gregory alive for 1 year, but had a room all his own. And then Barb's room.
Maybe I should go check out that music box down by the basement.
I get it. I get it. Calvin and Sam. And this is into the pink bathroom. So this is going around Greg's room. Greg's room would be here. No! That's the Greg doorway. That's the Greg doorway? This is the Greg doorway. Because that's the sealed off Sven and Edie room.
If I keep winding the music box, maybe a key will pop out like it did in the comic book.
Boy, they really want to make sure I don't lose the thread here, huh? Oh, I don't want to... Crap. The cutscene by accident. I just wanted to look into the bathroom, not go through the door, but okay. Seems like a lot of work. Poor Edith, what am I doing to you? Alright, we're not going to go in there again. So the Gregory door is the bathroom. Dodge the chair. This door. Wait, that's not a Gregory door. It says Gregory on it. But yeah, that's clearly the pink bathroom. Sven Hofstad Finch. Edie, 1917 to 2010. So when Edie died, we left? I'd actually be completely willing to believe that Edie dying was the catalyst for us leaving. Like, Edie was working on a memorial for Wilson? Lewis. Edie was working on a memorial for Lewis. And then, like, we already know how stubborn Edie is. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if Edie died and then Dawn was like, I can't stand this house, we're not staying here a moment longer. Oh, maybe that was when she sealed off Edith's room. Because, like, the thing that's sealing off Edith's room says the date for Edith's death, right? This placard. The same as the remaining placards. Oh, fascinating.
The last time I was in
you can
Edith
do this.
Senior's room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
Oh, that's so cool. I was 10. So 2010. Okay, so this just wasn't sealed off until after Edith died.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Oh, I could have done this
My Grandpa
before
Sam
finding my way
spent
into any of
7
these
years
places.
sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Yep. Yep. Horrifying. You don't think you want people to a bathroom? I don't either, Quiditator.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
That would put a damper on things. Generally, people being dead prevents as full a friendship as one might want. Why is Walter's room still open? This is my question. Why is Uncle Walter's room still accessible? Not sealed off. No placard. Barbara.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Sounds about right. I mean, there's this whole upstairs that we didn't explore at all, right? Like, we came up here, moved into Walter's room, and just immediately moved on. Well, navigating stairs sucks. There appears to be a peephole here, too.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
In the library? There's no placard here. So we could go to the basement now. Ah, I can't even try my key here anymore, now that I know it's not going to work. So the woodworking tools in the garage wouldn't have been Sven's tools. Sven's tools were all in the basement. The tools over here must have been Dawn? Must have been Dawn. Mass producing these ceiling placards for rooms. Christ. What a basket case. I mean, maybe an understandable one, but still. Dawn died and left me a key for the house. Walter, oh, Walter lived a good long time. We don't have dates for Sven. Oh, but there's dates for Sven on Edith's plaque. Hang on. We're going to go up to Edith's plaque again because I want to know what the dates for Sven are. Or they got moved later, hypothetically. I mean, we kind of saw the table saw, right? In Barbara's comic book. Sven, 1964. Oh! Did he die right when Barbara did? Barbara was 1960. Barbara was 1960? 1944 to 1960, I think? 1960, okay. What is this game? It's Gone Home Edward Gorey edition. Can't you... I put it in the title of the stream. I don't know why you're so confused. I am Edith Finch, a 17-year-old girl who has inherited a house full of memories and disaster stories, it seems. And, just a real set of problems. And you can just keep going, huh? Until the key pops out. Shouldn't you put the key back? You're not going to put the key back? Nobody's ever going to be able to follow you. Here we go, the basement. Presumably untouched since Barbara made short work of Rick. Yeah, here's that table saw.
Mom said the
Still
basement
here.
was off limits. Unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Look at this. Look at this mass production of wood pieces waiting for family portraits to be on them. That's what this is. Each of these represents a possible dead Finch at some point in the future. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair with the tetanus. That's fair. This place does look like a very dangerous place to hang out. What? Why are the pool table balls all the way over there? What did they do? Edie like to be prepared. Edie and Sven both, I think. That's Sven's workshop, right? Who knows how long that stuff has been there. I guess it is primarily Edie working with it since 1964, though. Edie and Dawn. This is dragon stuff. Like, this could absolutely all just be exactly left over. Untouched since Sven died in 64. Right? So this could have been Sven. Although it seems like Edie was working on this stuff. Not actually hard to table scratch and launch billiards off the table. I guess that's fair. Oh, yeah. Edie absolutely painted the portraits. But, like, the rest of the place. Yeah, this has to be Edie's work. This has to be more recent. But the rest of it...
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once. Carrying packages.
Only the once, though. I don't have mechanics anymore. I can't punch. There's that fridge.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
Oh. Wow, this basement is super accessible.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Excuse me? What the hell is this? And Rick was just hiding in this fridge? There was no way Rick was hiding in this fridge.
What?
There's still power down here, right? And there was a can of food keeping the door propped open. Creepy.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Oh, it's a bunker. Disaster preppers.
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Huh. Walter was just down here? After Barbara died, Walter lived down here. As far away as he could. That's not an outside. That's a painting. Wow. Wow. Look at all these spices. Yeah. Walter was just living down here. And, Edith never knew? Edith was never allowed to hang out with Walter, I guess. Okay. Good COVID bunker.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
Jeez.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
The shaking. How do I make... There we go.
But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
Why were you down here?
Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead
Peaches.
tomorrow.
January 76.
But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
What? What monster?
And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
Why? Why were you here? I guess we're not going that way. Train going by. Yeah, maybe. What monster? When Barbara died, Wilson ran. I guess afraid of the...
I know it's out there, somewhere.
Hookman guy?
Whatever killed Barbara. And Molly.
Different monsters, though.
And Calvin.
Presumably. Well, whatever killed Calvin, Calvin just flew, right? What is this garbage? This is a lot of garbage. What is this connected to? Yeah, now we're in Bunker Part 2. Maybe this is where all of his garbage went?
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
Wow. The visual effects. Oh, train tracks. That's where I came out of. Please tell me he doesn't get hit by a train.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
He's just gonna get hit
I
by
don't
the
mind
same
if I
train
only
that
have a
shakes
year
his
left.
basement every day.
Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Unbelievable, this family.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
From what? That is still not clear. Even had model trains down here. This is what he spent his time on. And then he just got run over. Well, down we go. At least down here it's only been like 5 years. Sequestered away.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house...
What else didn't she tell you about?
I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Yeah, this is all his garbage. This is where he was throwing his stuff out, okay? For 30 years.
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Huh.
Now that there's only one of us left. Or maybe 2.
Or maybe 2? Alright, well, let's not get run over, right?
I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else.
Or maybe 2?
But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
When did this happen? When did this train stop running? This has to be within the last 5 years. Right? This has to be recent.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Chairs in the trees? What the hell is going on? Like, this game was weird and it suddenly got weirder. Oh, 12, right. 2005 to 2010, and then another 7 years after that. I forgot, my bad.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
What is going on?
But I thought you should know about your family.
Who am I sending this to? Thought you should know about your family.
And the history you're a part of.
Who am I writing this for?
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
I don't know that that's worth anything. They would have had to have believed them. It's part of the problem. So who died on this pier? Somebody had to have. Never a shortage of people to just die in various places. Wow, there's a lot happening in this game. The family curse is getting to me. Everything is just another thing that can kill. No wonder Walter lived in a bunker for 30 years.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Where's that statue? Can I get to it? Not from down there. Oh, we're on the opposite side of the fence. Remember looking at that. Is there not a door into the backyard? Is there literally no way back here except the avenue I've taken? People were back here? Is this not a door? This is just a fence, right? This doesn't open. How did people get back here?
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
Huh.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Live to die. I'm gonna take this thing with me. So it can set me on fire.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
My fault. Zerpy, Lurpy, Furpy, Chirpy, Burpy, Derpy, and Derpy Jr. These are presumably gerbils. Lucy's a dog. Charlie's a cat. We've got a fish and a bunny back here. Bailey. I don't know who the frog was. There's Bob. Ooh, there are so many pets back here. Christopher has... Of course he does. Of course he does. Wow, this is super creepy. This is super creepy. That's true. Molly the cat isn't in here. Maybe Molly the cat didn't die. Maybe we left before Molly the cat died.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Barbara Finch, the star of the show. Is this a chunk of the wall he knocked out? This might be a chunk of the wall that he knocked out. Edie and Sven. Calvin. Wow. Still unclear whether or not we're believing Molly's story. But what a story. I guess Dawn must have designed Edie's gravestone thing? Unless Edie designed it before she died?
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea.
Odin's monument.
My
This is
mom was
Odin up
always
here.
trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
This would have been Edie and Sven.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
The house. The old house. Are you kidding me? It was that close to shore?
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Unbelievable. God, this is like a mirror of Calvin and Sam, right? Living with the death of your contemporary in sight, just right across the way. Going to sleep, staring death in the face every night. Holy shit. Who lives like this? This isn't life. This isn't living. This is waiting for death.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
They were cursed? They chose
her dad
their
had been pretty
curse.
strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Sam, Gregory, and Gus. I guess this is Dawn's brothers and Dawn's dad? No. Walter must have... Wait, no. Walter lived in a basement for 30 years. Walter is nobody's dad. Must have been Sam and Kay. Whoever Kay is. And then Dawn and Sanjay had Lewis, Milton, and Edith. All siblings. Hey, Linwell, how's it going? Long time no see. Welcome back. Milton with a paintbrush. Like he was an artist? Man, I am getting all in on this game. This is a lot. This is a lot to deal with. Sam Finch in the army. Don't know if he died in the army. Life is crazy. What's this game about? This game is about a cursed family.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
This has like a combination of like Gone Home meets Addams Family vibes to it. It's a 17-year-old girl who basically inherited the family house and is coming back after 7 years to learn about her family history in a way that she was either protected from or lied to about, depending on your position.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Sure. Apparently they found Molly's body, though.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along.
This exploration of death and destruction.
And find everything out for myself.
How many bodies do they got going on in the closet? Surprisingly, none of the bodies are in the closet. Most of the bodies are in the cemetery. But, this is, you know, the family tree. And Edith is the last surviving member. Maybe one of 2. We're not sure how that works exactly.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Oh! Well, that explains who the other one might be. Huh. No wonder Belly is so visible.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but
What a mess.
I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
In what way? So this is how we're getting to the 3rd floor? My God.
They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
That was Sam, huh? That would have been Sam and Dawn? Did Sam had a girlfriend? And I guess...
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
But this can't be Sam's room, though. Sam left. Sam left? We don't know if Sam ever came back. I guess that's... I'm not remembering if that's explicit. This is pictures of Sam? Sam taking pictures of himself?
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
I can't change the angle to actually look at Dawn.
I'm over here, Dad.
Okay, so Sam is Dawn's dad.
Just need to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can hit the road.
Ah.
Not quite.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
I forgot I had to focus.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some
Hey,
pictures,
Inkling.
okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Random environment shots. Hey, we found a finch. Probably.
Aw.
Neat.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Oh, this is shots by Edith, or by Dawn,
I'm
rather.
just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire.
It's the bird Molly ate as a cat. Yeah, I'll believe that.
Found an old logging trail. deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don.
Ooh.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Where are we?
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target.
Where even is the target we're focusing on?
I'm over here, Dad.
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don,
Oh, it's
you
that
don't
buck.
have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
Jesus.
Great shot, Don!
Wow. She doesn't look too happy about it, does she?
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Jesus.
Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
still...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
What the hell? This family?
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Wow. And of course, Dawn was right there for it all. Talk about a series of unfortunate events. Okay, so I guess this would have had to have been Sam's room. But I guess it's after he came back from the army and didn't want to live in his child room anymore. Sure, granted. Seems reasonable. Okay. Clear skies and clean living await you. Study fun facts about Baltimore. Yo, fireworks. They're doing a thing. I guess Kay ran off? Presumably before the events of Sam's unfortunate demise. Wonder if Sam did the taxidermy on this thing. Oh, I don't want to go back down there. What a struggle. But the door is, of course, sealed because Dawn hates the past. Maybe I do have to go back down there. It doesn't seem like there's anything else to do here other than just like... Yeah, Kay emptied her shit out and left. Look at this corner, completely devoid of any personality. Thought your family was cursed. This is pretty cursed. Chris's bird hunt. Alright, I guess we're going back down here. I don't think I want to go jumping down there, huh? But there's not really anywhere else to go. Unless I'm supposed to crawl out across there? Oof. Alright, it doesn't look like it's letting me back on the tree branch, so there's got to be another way out. Oh! A door! Wow, that was very non-obvious. Yet another secret passageway. Okay, this is into the attic. Not so secret, this passageway. Maybe a regular passageway. Meals ready to eat. Ever the military man, our boy Sam.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Looks like Calvin had been here. Would have been Gregory's nursery. Gregory, Dawn, and Gus. So Dawn was the first of three. More of a crawl space, sure. Gus would be her younger brother, but he lasted 13 years, so not that long. And Gregory would have been born several years later. And immediately perished. Immediately perished. 2 shrines in 1 room. Yep, I did see that. And we have no information about Kay. All we know is Kay and Sam probably a couple, and Kay is no longer around. Yet another door sealed off. Strength. Values worth having. Oh my god, they each had their own locker. Wow, Sam. Wow. Wow. This is... Yep. Sam went to the military and never left. Even when he came back to the house, he had definitely not left the military. Raise flag, 7:30. Breakfast at 8. Quiet time at 11. Duties. Dawn, sweep trash. Gus, mop, mow yard. Greg, be a baby. Legit. Sadly, very common. Don't like that. Run to mailbox and back. Okay. Well, they even had a climbing wall. Can I... Oh, I can totally climb the climbing wall.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
Yeah, we're not going up there yet. We have shrines to read.
It was as far away as she could get.
Huh. No playing outside without permission. No answering door for strangers. No messes after dark. All chores. No messes after dark. How controllable is that? Totally going to do the shrines. I'm not going to leave without doing the shrines. Emergency evacuation plan. Seems reasonable. And they each have their own light switch to presumably control their own lights? Alright, let's find out what happened to baby Gregory. Ugh. Divorce contract. Yup. Kay left. Kay bailed. Kay was unwilling to hang out with his cursed family after Gregory's death, presumably. (1977). So this would have been like very, very soon after Gregory's death. A lawsuit has been filed against you. 20 calendar days. File a written response. Is this standard for divorce? This might be standard for divorce papers.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now
remember.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
I can dive bomb the wedding. That's cool. Gus died in 82. Oh. So this would have been after Kay left. And some other woman is now trying to fill the space. That
When the
Kay's
time for photos came,
left.
Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Huh. Wow. Gus absolutely not in. Also, you see this giant totem over here? With like house imagery in it? Fascinating.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Pink mohawk. I didn't even see that. Oh yeah, look at his bracelet. Yep. He's a punk. Which, you know, respect. And we're just staying out here in the rain? What?
Came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid. That
So this is
nature
how the
destroyed
chairs
its
got
own
up in the
death
trees, huh?
remade.
Gus was OP.
The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
So there's definitely a case to be made for these being fantasy. But then again, these chairs are absolutely stuck in the trees. I wish that.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Apparently it was a big storm.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, old school punk. Gotta respect that mohawk, though. His bracelets. And of course, the kite with which he painted his own doom. With sympathy. When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Jesus. Deepest sympathy. May warm memories help and comfort you in your sad loss. And his skateboard, yep. I mean, the skateboard definitely better represents him than the military printing of his name otherwise. Like, I'm thinking about the Sam and Calvin thing now, and this is the same thing, right? Dawn and Gus sharing this room, and baby Gregory, right, dies in 77, and for the next 5 years, Dawn and Gus, just right here, going to bed next to a monument of death. Yeah, this family. Nothing about this family is any kind of sensible. Ugh. Fireworks. I can hear them now. They're probably pretty loud for you folks, I'm sorry. This is the loft that Dawn moved into after Gus died. Trying to get as far away from the death as possible. Which, given the situation, was not very far. That would be Gus and Dawn in that picture? You can't hear them? Oh, okay. Cool.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Timeline. Gregory in 77, Gus in 82 during Sam's follow-up wedding, whoever that wedding was, and then Sam died a year later. 83. '83, Dawn would have been 15. Dawn would have been 15. A year after Gus died, and then Sam dies. Sound like I'm smacking the table. Okay, so not that bad. You have a fire pole to get down? That's cool.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
86, which would have been several years after her dad died. And then it would have been just her and Edie in this house, huh? Because Kay's not there. Oh, maybe...
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English.
Oh. Hang on, I wanna take the poll down. Whee! Now I gotta climb back up. Damn it. Punished for my hubris. Sam had kids really young. Yeah. A lot of work, all this climbing around. Yeah, right out of the military. He left for the military at 18, right? And presumably had a girlfriend at the time? Who he left home pregnant and alone?
Lewis was born a year later.
And, yeah. Dawn moved just as quickly. Dawn moved just as quickly. Met Sanjay at 19. Lewis was born at 20. More flyers for missing Milton. Wow, who added this part of the house?
I don't think Mom knew where else to go.
How long was this
Edie was
around?
happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
She moved out with Sanjay. But Sanjay died. And Dawn moved back into the house. Where was my room? Presumably I have a room here somewhere. Not just a planter.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Almost normal. Apparently these kids were very homeschooled. Lewis rules. Learning about the family history, huh?
But it didn't last.
No, it never does. Yep, that's a 2010 MacBook. Oh, this is Sanjay. This is how Sanjay died. This is the shrine to Sanjay. Hundreds of relief volunteers are injured or dead after the effects of a second earthquake. Scientific method.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
When Edie gave him a castle. The tower.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Huh. Can we figure out a way in there? Oops. We sure can. When Edie built him a castle. Edie! Grandma Edie! At 70? Up here building shit on the roof? Like 75? 85? Edie is a badass. God, what a woman. I hope I'm half the woman she is at her age. And of course, Milton disappeared, so this room was just sealed off. Oh, it's a pulley. That's cool. And Milton just... poof, disappeared. Grandma was painting the barn on an old lean-to ladder at 89. What a badass.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Neat. He just walked into his own painting. Exeunt Milton.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
I hope he's happy out there. Wherever it was he ended up. He got out, right?
Searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
This is it. This doesn't look like it's ever going to open again, is it? probably in the Wonder Labyrinth with Deedlit. My god. Oh, not expecting that callback.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Mom didn't want it getting out. Was my room up here? Oh, jeez.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Lewis.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Alright, I know what kind of room this is. And I have an achievement. Look in all peepholes and telescopes long enough to hear Edith's commentary. I can smell that room. Yeah, that's about right.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
There you go. Yeah, the bottle opener, the hookah. Wonderland Turbo. With the PS1 memory cards over here. The Red King's Dream. Wuthering Heights, Faust, Oliver Twist. I see, I see. Kid-like movies. Lewis Finch, locker contents. That's the shrine.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
That's fair.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Oh. I didn't need that extra comment. At the games, there's nothing to look at here. Unless there's like a section with games that I just completely missed. He died at the games. No, I understood. Understood. But that still sounds like the curse. And then Lewis's death was, we believe, kind of the end of the story. Lewis died, and then Edie died shortly thereafter, and that appears to be the impetus that we have for them leaving the house. But I guess I'm not positive. So what happened to Lewis? Greater Seattle Institute of Psychology.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery.
Right.
But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to... wander. I asked him to describe it.
This is some multitasking I was not ready for.
He said he started small. Imagining a labyrinth.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that it doesn't
He'd feel his way about.
end the
And
way it
something
looks like
moves.
it's going to end.
Bats. And toads.
That looks like a boss. I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for any of this. I'm ready for literally none of this. While close to a sharp object? I know what you mean. It's really, really unnerving.
And things that have not names.
Huh.
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then.
Dang, dude, I would play this game too! This is sick looking.
I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis.
Huh.
So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first.
His game within a
told me he'd
game
made a
seemed
new
promising? Oh. Just living a fantasy life. Apparently sobriety was enough to turn him to...
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia.
Huh.
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
Lewis
And songs for
Topia.
them to play.
Everybody's so happy about
Talked
Lewis.
about starting a band.
Like IRL band? Oh, can't go that way.
And he was always humming something.
This is catchy. Minus the sharp object nearby, right? That's still a lot.
Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
His chopping was as
And one
reliable
day it
as
struck
ever.
him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished.
Wait a minute. What's this way? Nothing. Okay.
He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Good job, Lewis. You're
They
so
begged
good at
him to
Lewis.
stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
All the while, the fish thing happening at the same time. Like, this is...
He'd conquer a city, then immediately
Wow.
push on. New Louisville.
This is amazing.
St. Louis.
St.
He started
Louis.
drifting away from our reality.
This is what happens when you go sober. Sobriety, kids.
Minneapolis. Until
Not
one
even
day
once.
he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Wow.
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a beautiful prince.
Yeah, I'm on board with this. Sure.
The prince was on his own quest for
Radiant rainbows. Alright, yeah, we'll keep going with this. This is good.
radiant rainbows.
Oh! I missed it. Oh no. I can't mess up the rainbows. I'm super messing up
He
the
followed the
rainbows.
sound of his
Oh, absolutely electric. It's electric sitar. Of course it would be.
electric sitar.
Lewis believed strongly in his cultural identity.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
What is going on? All this, like, this is not him being distracted. This is him shutting out reality, right? Like, he's still doing this thing. This thing is still happening, right? With the fish, we're still doing this thing. But like, literally hello, Vegas Mel. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, Vegas Mel and friends. I'm in the middle of being very lost. Okay. Wait, let me finish this thought, and then I'll continue welcoming people who are showing up. Hello, people. Yeah, this is him shutting out reality, right? It talked about his mom trying to convince him to come home, and he's just sitting at the cannery for what, like 36 hours straight now? Like, lost in his fantasy world, paying attention to nothing outside of him except literally just the fish? Like, what a mess. What a mess. I mean, everything is a mess, but like, what a mess. Anyway, hi, how's it going, Raiders? Thanks for coming. Vegas Mel, Armandov, Fableville 8, thank you for the follows. How you doing? What's up? What were you playing? We've got a game within a game to keep playing here.
Was all in his imagination.
Did he?
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Emperor of Lewistopia. You just finished this game? It's a trip.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
God King Lewis.
And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
This is all coming from his psychiatrist, by the way. So he's told this story to someone.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Where am I? What have I done? It's the same golden door. But there's no way back. Now we're stuck here. With janitorial supplies. And the smell of dead fish. Apparently he can come back to reality long enough to leave, so that's good. The fact that it's his fantasy door on the wall is really tripping me out.
He began to forget the world we know.
With his switch right there.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Did he commit suicide? This is Lewis, the cannery worker.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
I'm going to kill myself, aren't I? Lewis... This is not what suicide looks like. This is very different. Puts killing yourself in a whole different perspective. We're not getting out of this one alive, kids. I mean, we never are. That's the whole point of all of these things. Were even the fish fake?
I still thought I could save him.
Save him from...
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Huh.
The palace would be packed with his companions.
The cannery plant is a creepy hellscape. That's true. Like, if this is the world that's waiting for you, then why bother with the world the cannery lives in?
The wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
A wise Calico. A cat? Nice. I wonder if the cat's Molly. Like, I think the fish are the only thing that's actually real. His only anchor to the real world is the fish.
His prince waited, holding his crown.
Oh, what's with the guillotine? What's with the guillotine? I don't like this at all.
Bend down his head.
I don't like this.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Ugh. Wow, that's a lot to deal with.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Wish any of these people were still around. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. Locker contents. Wow. And, like, the worst part of it is it doesn't even feel like suicide. It's just like he was so lost that this was the only thing that he could do. This was the only next step he could take. Gregory got you? Oh, God, yeah, Gregory was a problem, too. Yeah, we haven't seen Edie or Dawn yet. Oh, the stairs up are busted. Okay, so we have to take the back door. Molly was really, really cool. Especially because, like, for most of the rest of these, I guess Gregory excluded, you can look at it as an actual reflection of reality, if a little out there or a little twisted. But Molly, like, even after having lived it, there's absolutely no indication of what happened, right? All we know is that Molly's not there. We don't know if there was a corpse. We don't know if there was any, like, knowledge about what happened with it. You love the whole Lewis minigame, except at the very end, though? Yeah. Yeah, it was a crazy start to the game. Especially when she starts that, like, it's her journal entry, too. She knew what was going on. Like, and that makes me more inclined to believe that whatever had happened is real, which is super weird. But I'm especially wondering if somewhere in the game there's like a news clipping related to that ship that supposedly Molly ate all of the passengers on. Which one of the people are you right now? So right now I'm Edith, who's the main character of the game. I want there to be somewhere in the game, maybe I missed it or maybe it's not there. I want there to be some newspaper clipping that talks about a ship where all of the people on it mysteriously died, passengers all lost, nobody knows what happened to them, at the same time as Molly's death, to coincide with her being a monster and eating things. Like, I just really want to know what happened. I really want to know what happened. I guess it's time for more climbing. You think I missed a part of the game? I might have.
On Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing.
Oh, that's a shower. Huh. On the way back from Lewis's funeral. Oh, so Lewis was the impetus to leave, not Edie's death. She died of poisoning since she ate a bunch of random stuff and then got hallucinogenic. Oh, that could be it. She just just ate whatever was around, and she has a grave with a body. She has a grave. Unclear whether she has a body.
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
The day before we left to tell Edie. And that's when Edie died.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Huh.
I wish we'd stayed.
We left and left Edie here. Left Edie on her own. Packing peanuts.
But I understand why we left.
Yeah, absolutely. This place is cursed. The hope is if you leave, you can escape the curse. Oh god, I hope Edith doesn't die at the end.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Milton has also a monument. Is this another copy of that painting? Or picture, I guess? I guess it's a picture. So this is where Dawn was, to teach and to learn. Ah, no wonder homeschooled. A shrine to Sanjay. One could make an argument that much of this was a shrine to Sanjay. Yeah. There's the monument for Milton. So Molly could have been the same. We don't know. There's no clarity on that. All we know is that Molly was confident that she'd be delicious.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time.
I guess a fight between
Maybe it should have come sooner.
Edie and Dawn?
But it had to end one way or another.
I guess this is my room.
All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Did Mom kill Grandma? Whose stories are left to play? Dawn's and Edie's. That's all we got. We've been through everything else. So this is Edie's room. Not Edie, Edith. Edith sure liked her words. All right, Edith. Paper mache out of newspapers. A house built out of words. Any books I recognize? Tales from Beyond the Odyssey, okay. One book I recognize. Eerily similar to their creepy weird house. It's a model. It's definitely a model of their weird creepy house. 100%. With Edith's room at the top. Little glass slipper. Birds of the Pacific Northwest. Literally any book she can get her hands on that's not a cookbook, since that is the entirety of the first floor of the house. All right, Edith. What do you have for me? Barely fit in this bed anymore, huh?
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Bye, Edith. Yup. Grandma's not going anywhere. Grandma's never going anywhere. Grandma's never going anywhere again.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance.
Huh.
Or that Edie had a key to it.
Yeah. And of course... Really? You think Mom didn't know that this opens up into the library? kidding me? How would Mom not know this? Oh.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories.
Because of your stories? Oh, I'm not sure that's why the children are
If
dead.
Edith and I leave tonight,
Who's been sleeping in here? Has Edie been sleeping in here? Has Edie been living in the library? Since Mom sealed off her room? Or whatever?
we'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
History of the Finches. Yeah, they did mention the nursing home.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Hold. Oh, right, Gus. All this stuff is because of Gus. I thought it was Edie's contemporary. No, that's not right. It's not Edith's contemporary. It's before Edith was born. Okay, so this makes sense. Night Edith was born, chairs are in fact in the trees.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake
The
out in the
tide
middle
went
of the
way,
ocean.
way out.
They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful.
Huh.
You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it.
Wow, this is a cursed story.
I lost my way. I got turned around.
Oh. Still turned around. Extra turned around.
Seeing things.
You know that was the buck that killed Sam, for sure. Absolutely.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Like the house.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
Huh.
Or maybe I came back to them.
Wow.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go!
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
Wow.
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
No, she died that night. Poisoned herself.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we moved around a lot.
Symbolic of one of the intrinsic states of humanity and their propensity towards overanalysis. Oh yeah, absolutely.
We both tried to make the best of it.
It wouldn't surprise me if a lot of the symbols in this game are chosen because they can mean so many things.
A few years went by.
I've totally done that.
My mom didn't like to talk about it.
No, of course not. Your mom thinks that talking about it will kill you.
She started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Oh, jeez.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this.
Presumably somebody else would be involved in that process, but I guess
If we
they're
lived
not important.
forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes.
It seems like your lifespan is usually measured in
Appreciate how strange and brief all of this
barely
is.
decades, given that you're a Finch. This is in the womb. This is the baby.
This journal was supposed to be for you.
Oh, I guess we're coming out. 22 weeks pregnant? Wait a minute. This is not a good time for baby.
I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Oh no.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all.
What happened to Edith? No! Come on! Oh, don't tell me New Kid went back to the house. That'll kill you. Jesus Christ. That was really abrupt. Yeah, if that was 2017, I didn't see her death year. Was it 2017? Absolutely died in childbirth. That sucks. Wow. Can I see anything from here? I'm hearing it from outside. I probably don't have any good angles or sight lines. The credits are super sweet, yeah. Look at these pictures. Yeah, I wouldn't call this dark. I feel like Grief Sim lives in a category that's separate from dark. You thought we'd find Milton? We did find Milton. Achievement unlocked. Thanks, Johan. Really? Of course. See Johan's name in the ending credits. Good. It was a very good game. Very well put together. Like, as far as Grief Sims go, this is way, way better than any of the other ones I've been through, I think. Yeah, the ending came all of a sudden. The ending was very abrupt. Wow. Melissa, your picture. That is the best baby picture I've seen in a long time. Still going. A. These are some amazing pictures. These are really good. I kind of like this theme for the game. Like, we all come from somewhere. But my god, what a place to come from. The house itself is evidently not the problem. Who knows what the problem is? I'm a little surprised that it doesn't fill in 2017 here. Did say the family was cursed all the way back to Norway like 500 years before. Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm willing to say the house is also cursed, right? Especially given the first one sunk right off the coast. What is the curse? A series of unfortunate events, Chrono. Cursed with being weirdos. More specifically, weird deaths. Not gonna play Molly again. Molly was pretty good. No, I don't really feel the need to revisit any of these. I mean, yeah, at this point they've accepted the curse. Maybe making it self-fulfilling. But like, they're just living with death. It's pretty terrible. Normal mid-1900s lifespans? I don't know that I would call these normal mid-1900s lifespans. The only one of these past, other than Edie, I guess, who's, for whatever reason, effectively immortal, that lived longer than 30 years is Walter, because he lived in a bunker for 30 years. I guess Sam was 33, right? Family is a curse of hereditary cancer, so your perspective is skewed here. Okay, fair enough. Yep, Odin lived to the ripe old age of 57. How long did Dawn live? That's 38? 38 years? 40? 40 would be... Okay, 48. Edie's for sure a badass, absolutely. She's just a little too comfortable with death, I think. Huh. Man. What an experience.